How is it going, my beautiful humans? It's Alyse Parker here, and today I am going to be sharing with you 5 ways that you can level up your life. If you've been here for a while, you know that's a lot of what I share on this channel, and if you happen to be new, first of all, welcome to one of the sweetest little corners of the interweb. I'm so happy to have you here, and you can expect all things focused on mindset, growth, expansion, bringing your dream life into reality, lots of different videos on those topics. So if that interests you, you're gonna wanna hit the little red subscribe button down below, click the bell to turn on your notifications, that way you will not miss any of my videos. And without further ado, let's get into it. So I had a lot of fun putting together this video for you, and I'm really excited to share 5 ways you can level up your life in a few different capacities. So I have a little note page beside me, so some of the areas of life and the ways that we're going to be focusing on this is with mindset, accountability, growth, emotions, and connection. So I'm going to walk you through a few different systems that have really supported me in what I like to perceive as taking my life to the next level, enhancing my life in various different aspects and realms. So I want to start off with number 1, which is creating your own little avatar. If you've been here for a while, this concept is not new to you. This is just kind of a way that I like to perceive life, is that we each have our own little human avatar. We choose our habits, our behaviors, and the way that we move throughout life. So the concept of creating your own avatar and the way that this ties into you leveling up in life is essentially being intentional about who you are, right? Do you believe that life is happening to you and you're a victim to the situations and experiences at hand? Or do you believe that you are playing a role in creating your reality and that life happens for you, and that any challenges or failures or mistakes are actually opportunities and lessons to be learned? So creating your avatar, essentially what you're going to do here is decide, how do you want to show up during this season of your life? What traits do you want to embody more of? What habits do you want to stick to more consistently? And what new skills do you want your little avatar to learn? So essentially with this step of leveling up your life, you are going to be creating your main character in your life story. So you can do this by journaling it out, you can type it on a note section of your phone or the computer, and you just get to play here. You get to have a lot of fun and visualize the highest, best version of yourself and how you're gonna show up during this specific season of life. This is a practice that you can repeat during any frequency that you want. If you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm totally showing up as this little avatar, this version of myself, and I feel so good about this, and you want to take it to that next level, you can do this again 30 days from now, or 3 months from now, or 3 years from now. Okay, number 2 is to create a habit tracker. You may be familiar with this or maybe not, but a habit tracker is really, really amazing for helping you stick to those habits that you just chose previously in step 1, where you're creating your little avatar and what habits your avatar actually goes through and is consistent with on a regular basis. Your habit tracker can be digital or physical, so it can be something that you create on an iPad or something that you draw out on a piece of paper. Whatever excites you most and you feel like you're actually gonna be excited to check things off in that way, you can pursue that and start small. Start with just 3 habits a day, and then once you're consistent with those 3 habits for 30 days, then you can bump it up to 5 habits a day or even more than that. Another thing you can do to support yourself with a habit tracker is to find an accountability partner, somebody who you can end each day with by sending them a photo of your habit tracker for that day, and they can do the same for you, so you can hold each other to it. The 3rd way to level up your life is to learn a new skill. Have you ever gone through a season of life where you just weren't really learning anything new? You were kind of just going through the motions, maybe consuming content, but not necessarily engaging and like stretching yourself and challenging your brain or your body? This is one sure way to just kind of plateau in life. So one way to level up is to engage in learning something new. This can be a skill or a hobby, and this is where I'd love to let you know that this video has been brought to you by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community where there are thousands of classes to support you in learning new skills and honestly just getting lost in creativity. I've actually wanted to partner with Skillshare for the longest time, so when they reached out to me to sponsor this video, I was like, heck yes, I'm so excited to finally introduce this to my community in such a powerful way. So one of the classes that I've recently started taking on Skillshare is Intro to Procreate. So I've recently got a little iPad. I've really wanted to learn how to create digital art because I see a lot of pages on Instagram that really inspire me. And I love doodling on paper and just like drawing in that way. And I've never really engaged in digital art. So I'm starting to take this class. It's called Intro to Procreate Illustrating on the iPad. It's taught by Brooke Glazer. And what I've learned so far from this class is kind of just like the basics of the app Procreate, where I can find everything, how to create new layers, and just how to navigate it in general. But I'm still definitely in the beginning stages, and I'm gonna update you on my progress with this class. You can find classes on Skillshare in pretty much any category imaginable, but some that I think you guys would particularly enjoy are the entrepreneur classes, and there's some classes on like finding clarity in your passion and purpose and how to get your business started, and so many different other things in the lifestyle category, creating art, creating an art business, and just so many different things. And Skillshare is really set up as a learning platform, so there's no ads, so you can just keep watching and watching and watching and just get lost in the learning process and the creation process. One of the perks of partnering with Skillshare is that I get to give you a little gift. So the first 1,000 of my subscribers who click the link in my video description, you will get a 2-month free trial of Skillshare. So if you want to join over 7 million users who are already on Skillshare learning new skills and diving into creativity, all you have to do is click the link in the description. The fourth way to level up your life is to give yourself permission to feel. This has been a massive growth experience for me in the past year or so. And this is so powerful because in our society, at least our Western society, we are taught to suppress. We're taught to be very proper, and we are taught that certain emotions and feelings are not as good as others, and that certain emotions are just not okay to express, such as anger or sadness. We can be perceived as like hot-headed and aggressive if we experience anger, and we can be perceived as weak if we express our sadness. Hey, guys. I'm filming a YouTube video and I'm gonna be done really soon, but
we'll be so quiet.
Come here. You can be a star in my video. So I had to stop the video because my roommate what were you expressing? What emotion was it?
Anger. I was expressing my anger for the absence of a particular piece of food that I wanted to consume.
And can you give an example of how you express anger in a healthy way?
Yeah, what I tend to do is this.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that is how you express anger. Okay, that was very divine timing, and I can't help but laugh about that. Okay, so I wanted to walk you through a little practice for processing and allowing yourself to feel certain emotions. So that was Alan's example. My example is going to be a little bit different. So when you feel a charge or a trigger, you feel upset, you feel sad, you feel rejected, you feel whatever it may be, allow yourself to find a private, quiet place where you can sit, you can close your eyes, and you can breathe. Inhale, exhale, and just allow yourself to drop into your physical body, your emotional body. Allow yourself to feel what's present. Keep breathing. And then you're going to connect to the sensation in your body. So does it feel like a clenching in your chest? Does it feel like a closing in your throat? Does it feel like a burning in your heart? Allow yourself to really get clear on what it feels like and describe what it feels like to yourself. Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it big? Is it small? Is it tight? And notice if you are connecting a story to it, right? So in Alan's example, he was able to describe, I know I'm feeling this way because I don't have the food that I want, or whatever. My partner said this to me, or I didn't get this email that I was expecting to get. And sometimes we'll attach stories to it, and the truth is, in order to feel and process an emotion, there doesn't need to be a story attached. In fact, that can prevent us from fully moving through the emotion. So notice if you're connecting story to it and just gently say, okay, cool, thank you, story. I don't need you in order to feel. And continue feeling and sending love and just being so present and aware and observing the sensation without any story. Continue breathing and sending love until you notice that the sensation starts to change, starts to melt away, starts to drop, starts to open up. And send yourself love and gratitude for going through this process. Instead of suppressing, send yourself gratitude. Be like, I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself for giving myself space to feel. The fifth way to level up your life is to challenge yourself to be more vulnerable. Vulnerable is the key to deeper connection. And as humans, we all crave deep human connection, affection with one another. I want to share a little story of a retreat experience that I was on recently where we did this activity where we asked a partner questions. And that was kind of the only instruction, was like, ask your partner questions for 1 minute. And so I asked my partner questions, and then the partner is supposed to give you feedback on how you can make the experience more enjoyable for them during the second round where you ask them questions again. And with every single group within this retreat, every single little partner for the activity, the feedback was to go deeper, was to ask me deeper questions, because all I want is to connect deeper. And this is just one example that shows, as humans, we crave connections, but in our society, we are taught to be proper, we're taught to be polite, we're taught to strive for perfection. And because of this, we suppress some of the things that we feel. We suppress certain parts of ourselves that are so real. And so the fifth way to level up is to challenge yourself to be raw, to be real, to be vulnerable, and to let your true self shine and be expressed. The next step of challenging yourself to be more vulnerable and connect deeper is to invite others to do the same. So as much as you are going to show up more vulnerable and just say your honest thoughts and feelings and emotions and what's real for you, you can invite others to do the same by asking them thoughtful questions and by being so potent and present when they are sharing, to be like looking into their eyes, to be present with them, no other distractions, and to fully listen to what they're saying. And that allows the other person to feel safe enough to open up and really express themselves, and therefore you'll be able to connect deeper. All right, my loves, that is going to wrap up today's videos on 5 ways that you can level up your life. Obviously, there are so many different things that we can do, so many different practices, methods, techniques that we can apply in our lives to level up, to enhance our lives, to continue growing and expanding and changing and evolving into more of who we really are at the core that's just been covered up by all these rules of society, right? So I would love to know what ways that you have been leveling up your life down in the comment section, and I'd also love to know which of these 5 techniques that I shared with you today in this video was your favorite. Which did you resonate with deeply, and which are you most excited to dive into applying more of in your life? Let me know in the comment section down below, and share this video with a friend, family member, acquaintance who you think could benefit from it as well, and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it in general. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, I love you, and I love our community, and I'll see you in the next video.